Well, welcome to Bologna, Italy, and breakfast, colazione. I'm at a beautiful coffee shop, a bar. It's since 1927, so it's almost 100 years old in this beautiful bar. And for breakfast, I'm having a typical Italian breakfast, having a beautiful pastry, a cappuccino, and a little glass of bubbly water, a little glass of sparkling water. Explain more about that in just a second. But yes, this is a typical bar breakfast in Italy. The Italians may not have invented coffee, but they've taken it to a very, very high level. And the coffee here is exquisite, extraordinary. Now, this pastry, mele, un brioche mele. I don't know the exact term for it. My Italian is not very good, so I tried. But this is slices of apple on a really flaky pastry, and the slices of apple are stuck to the pastry with a little bit of pastry cream, and it's delicious. So just can't stop thinking about it. Now, this breakfast, which is, a incredible, beautiful pastry, a beautiful cup of cappuccino prepared by a awesome barista. Cost me €3.10, so about $3. You couldn't even buy the cup of coffee at a U.S. coffee shop for that much money. Well, let's see how good this is. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Mm. 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 It is so good. And, this is normal. I'm about maybe 3 blocks from the apartment I'm renting, and this coffee shop is one of 5 that I passed to get here. This bar. It's interesting. Bars in Italy are a little bit different than bars in other places. This bar, you say, is almost 100 years old. It's a bakery. Some bars, smaller bars, don't bake their own pastries. This one, I believe, does. Coffee ordering in Italy is not so straightforward. Now, I'm having a cappuccino. That's a morning drink in Italy. People normally don't drink milky coffee in the afternoon, or after maybe around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Not a rule. You won't go to coffee jail if you order a cappuccino later in the day. But the belief here is that cappuccino is a breakfast drink, and it's one that fantastic. Yes, cappuccino's a breakfast drink. Now, there are lots and lots of different coffee drinks here in Italy. It's just one. Cappuccino is a good one. I like it a lot. But there's also what's called a macchiato. A macchiato is a little shot of espresso that's just marked macca with a little bit of milk, just a tiny little bit. There's a caffè normale, which is just what we would call a shot of espresso in the United States, I guess. A caffè lunga, which is a shot of espresso where they run the water just another couple of seconds, so there's a little bit more water, the coffee's a little bit more diluted. A caffè ristretto, which is where they run the water a little less than normal, so the coffee is a little more concentrated. There are probably, in this bar, I don't know, 20 or 30 different drinks you can commonly order here that are coffee drinks. So that brings up the word for pastries, which kind of varies from region to region. Italy, last year I was in the south of Italy for a while, in Apulia and Bari, and there the names of the pastries were a little different. Now, this picture I'm showing you right now is something called a cornetto, It's the Italian version of a croissant, but here in the North of Italy, they would call it a brioche when you order it. And you know the word cornetto, but it would be a strange word to use because in Bologna you would say a brioche. But if you were to order a brioche in the south of Italy, you would get something completely different. You'd get a sort of a bread roll. That's delicious, but not sweet at all. So you can get brioche that are sweet, fruity, with different fillings. I was traveling with a friend this last couple of weeks who really likes chocolate a lot. So every morning he would have a chocolate pastry of some kind. I think his favorite were the bombolini, the Italian donuts. And, you know, they're all good. But, you know, when you order, it depends on the kind of bar you're in. This particular bar, it's relatively busy. You go to the counter, to the banco, and you tell the colleague at the cash register, at the casa, that what you want. Colleague will get the pastry you want, take your money, and give you a receipt, of course, because receipts are super important in Italy. And then you go to the barista and tell her, you know, what drink you're having, and she makes it for you and puts it on a nice little tray, and off you go to the outside where I am now, or to the inside. There's tables inside too. Other places, it's a little different. Smaller bars, less busy bars. You'll often go in, order your coffee and brioche and have it, and then you pay at the end. You know, it's not a big deal, but it depends on how busy the bar is. So when you go to a bar, look around, see how other people are doing it, you know, kind of take a minute to try to figure it out. And also it's important when you go to a bar to be kind to people, to, you know, say good morning to them, buongiorno, and say thank you, grazie, when you're given your coffee. So it's a good thing. People are very polite and very kind, very friendly. But if you act entitled, if you say, "Where's my coffee?" or "What's going on? I don't understand," then you know, people will kind of be a little colder to you. So it's important to be kind to people. Mm. Fantastic. Mm. This is actually my favorite pastry in ever, I think. You know, but it turns out that whatever pastry I'm having on any given morning is usually my favorite. Mm. Mm. So my pastry is done. And now it's time for the coffee. And you may have noticed that on my tray when I brought it out here, there was a little glass of water, a little glass of bubbly water. And the idea behind that is that before you have your coffee, you clean your palate off. You do it with water. Now you can get it water naturale or water frisanti, but in this particular bar, it's always bubbled water, and it helps to take the taste of the brioche out of your mouth, because you don't want anything to distract you from the taste of the delicious coffee that we're going to have. So yeah. Now I don't use sugar in my coffee because of health reasons. I do, which is very unhealthy, use a artificial sugar. This is the brand they have here, but in general, the most common name for it is Viator, approximately, and it's the brand name for a really common kind of artificial sugar. So if you use artificial sugar, ask the barista, ask the barman, ask the barwoman for a packet of Viator, and they will give it to you if it's not already on the counter. A lot of times because it's a little bit more expensive that they keep it behind the counter, and you have to ask for it. Delicious, delicious. And this coffee, latte art's not a huge thing here, but this one has a nice little swirl on the top. Fantastic, fantastic. So I guess that's it for breakfast this morning. I hope that wherever you are, your $3.10 breakfast is half as good as mine, because mine was pretty fantastic. And people wonder why I like to come to this country. So from the beautiful streets of the beautiful city of Bologna, buon giornata. Grazie for visiting my channel and watching me eat this delicious food. Arrivederci, ciao.